to change that dramatically.
Member for Gilmore.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Well, in 2023 we should be optimistic about the future, but realistic about the challenges coming at us from around the world. I think people in Gilmore know we have a lot happening. Australians understand that we didn't create the inflation challenge in our economy, but they certainly elected us to take responsibility to address it, and we are. I'm pleased to say that since being elected last year, the Albanese government hasn't wasted any time. Our sensible and equitable measures are already helping Australians deal with cost of living challenges. To put it simply, the Albanese Labor government is putting downward pressure on everyday costs for everyday Australians, and we're getting wages moving. After almost a decade without a coherent energy policy, one of the fastest-growing costs for households and businesses is energy. Since elected, we've taken urgent action to shield Australian families and businesses from the worst of the energy price spikes. Our energy price relief plan has helped by limiting the price of coal and gas and providing energy bill price reductions for those who need it most, like pensioners, seniors cards holders and small businesses, all while investing in cleaner, cheaper, more reliable energy. Since the announcement of the intervention, forward prices have dropped significantly from what they would have been, and that's the real signifier that the energy price relief plan is working. And while we're doing our best to address the rising energy prices, it's important to mention that those opposite voted against targeted energy bill relief for thousands of Australian households and businesses. Another big pressure on household budgets I hear about on the New South Wales South Coast is the cost of healthcare, and for that matter, the increasing difficulty accessing GPs and medical services, which is why I'm delighted that Australians will now pay up to 30% less for prescription medicines on the Pharmaceutical Benefits Scheme, with the maximum co-payment dropping from $42.50 to $30. This is a huge win for my community on the South Coast, and we're delivering Medicare urgent care clinics, including one at Batemans Bay, further helping with the cost of living. That's something to be proud of. We've also made it easier for GPs and nurse practitioners to move to the New South Wales South Coast by removing or reducing their study loans if they work in the regions. We want to attract and retain GPs in our regions. This has a direct impact on the cost of living in my region by attracting people who want to work in health. But it also lowers the amount of time that people need to travel to receive medical treatment, saving time and money. Before being elected, I worked as a TAFE teacher, and I know the difference vocational education can make in regional communities, both for the students but also for local businesses. But unfortunately, education can be a prohibitive expense for some, which is why I am so happy that we're providing fee-free TAFE places in industry skills shortage areas. These spots are in areas that our communities need the most, like construction and early childhood education. Fee-free TAFE will encourage people to upskill and work in critical areas that we all benefit from, including local businesses. We're not just offering TAFE places in early childhood education, though. We're also making childcare cheaper. In less than 100 days, 96% of families will be better off with cheaper childcare, and no family will be worse off. That's over 1.2 million families who will be better off. In Gilmore, around 4,800 families will benefit from cheaper childcare. Making childcare cheaper doesn't just benefit thousands of families. It boosts workforce participation and helps local businesses. That is a great outcome. And, Deputy Speaker, if those opposite want to really do something to help the cost of living for households and businesses, they should just back our Housing Australia Future Fund, because one of the biggest things I hear is about the lack of affordable and social housing. We are getting on with our plan to help fix this, but they need to back in that plan. These are just some examples, and there is still more to come. Make no mistake, the Albanese Labor government is addressing the cost of living pressures in a sensible, equitable and compassionate way.
Thank you.